Shalom, Jake. Shalom. 2nd Esdras 15, verse 26. For the Lord knoweth all them that sin against him, and therefore deliver he them unto death and destruction. For now the plagues come upon the whole earth, and ye shall remain in them. For Yahweh shall not deliver you, because ye have sinned against him. Behold, a horrible vision, and the appearance thereof from the east. Where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, and a multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon the earth, that all they which hear them may fear and tremble. We're going to read that again. I said something wrong. Where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, and a multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon earth, that all they which hear them may fear and tremble. Let's get into this. Barakathai Hawa, Barakathai Hawashah, Barakathai Hawa, Barakathai Hawashah, Barakathai Hawa, Barakathai Hawashah. Call Allah Yahweh, Bashem, Yahwashah, Bashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS. I believe those are the prophets. Shalom, a salutation to those that teach the likewise doctrine. Shalom to the Akim and the Aqua. Shalom to the scattered Israelites across the four corners of the planet. May the Most High and the Son be with you during these trying times.
This is Iran's underground missile megacity shown to the U.S. In these images, broadcast by Iranian television, a massive underground complex filled with missiles ready for launch can be seen. Soldiers walk over the Israeli flag in a clear display of strength, while the Tehran regime sends a direct message to its enemies, we are ready. This bunker is not just a weapons depot. It is a strategic fortress built to withstand attacks and ensure Iran's retaliatory capability in the event of a conflict with Israel or the United States. But what does this really mean? The global fear is that if tensions continue to rise, Israel might decide to attack Iran's nuclear facilities, an action many consider the potential trigger for a war of unpredictable scale. Iran has increased its uranium enrichment beyond agreed limits, and the shadow of a direct confrontation has never been closer. Are we witnessing the first steps toward an inevitable conflict? Share your thoughts in the comments.
Yeah, I don't know what just happened, but this is, I thought the video was running and it weren't. But anyway, this is Iran, one of their missile mega cities. All right, and like I said, they took my video down because I showed something dealing with Iran. This is how you know they're on a smear campaign now. All right, whereas though they're smearing everything. All right, this is how you know they're getting ready for war, and this is how they do that. They'll launch a smear campaign against a nation that they ready to go to war with, and they try to say the video was extreme, and all we do is teach the Bible. The Bible says what it says. The Most High's word has been decreed, and these people was no way out of it. Okay, they're going to be drawn into that valley of decisions. Okay, let's keep going. And remember, these people, they got hypersonic missiles, and allegedly they might have just created the unthinkable. And we're going to get into it. I'm going to let you hear it for yourself. All right? Because if this is true, hey, them getting the upper hand may actually happen. And remember, everybody mad at this place anyway because all these tariffs and everything that's been going on today. All right? And people walking around scratching their head, not knowing what the hell going on, feeling sad. But we know what's going on, okay? Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah is in the earth which he made, right? But allegedly, they just created the unthinkable. I'm going to show you. Now, I don't even know how this made it past us because I didn't even hear about this. Now, I did know, allegedly, when the Soviet Union collapsed, allegedly, Iran got their hands on some pocket nukes. That's alleged, okay? My opinion, they did, but that's alleged. Now, check this out.
At least it appears that Iran may have tested another nuclear weapon last night. So on Saturday, there was a 4.6 to 4.8 magnitude earthquake just southeast of Tehran, and the seismogram of that earthquake resembled the seismograms of North Korean nuclear tests. I've done some further research into this, and I'm now 99.9% sure that Iran tested some kind of a nuclear warhead or some kind of massive conventional warhead in the desert of north central Iran on Saturday. And what's interesting is not just the seismogram of that 4.6 to 4.8 magnitude earthquake, but also the location of where that epicenter was literally right next to a well-known missile testing range in Iran. Okay, now we have another earthquake just a few hours ago, Sunday night at 09:28 p.m. Tehran time, which would have been sometime in the afternoon in the eastern United States. A 4.2 magnitude earthquake near Bard-Sir, Iran, also close to a ballistic missile facility. So want to just show you guys some more stuff about this, but also we had some I want to just dive a little bit deeper into this earthquake here so you can see Bard-Sir, Iran, magnitude 4.2 earthquake. And here you can see Bard-Sir, and just to the northeast of Bard-Sir is the Kerman missile base and the Kerman air base. Okay, so this 4.2 magnitude earthquake in Iran, close to an air base in Iran, a missile base. And here was the seismogram from that 4.6 or 4.8 on Saturday.
I didn't even know this happened back in November. So see, they're blacklisting a lot of the news. And this famine of the word is starting to come in. As you're seeing this economy crash, the famine of the word is going to come in. Okay? There's only a few prophecies left. All right? You can count them on your hand. All right? The crash of the economy, the famine of the word, the MOTB, and then World War III. And hey, the next thing you know, we gonna be in the kingdom. Call her law, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. And this ain't even the worst part of what I'm talking about. All right, we're gonna let some of this finish. I'm gonna show you why I'm bringing this up.
And you can clearly see what appears to be a two-stage explosion, which is the way nuclear weapons work. Okay, you have your primer or your initial charge to compress the nuclear fuel, and that compression is what creates the fusion, okay, in a modern nuclear warhead. Okay, so you have your initial explosion here, which is usually either conventional explosives or a low-yield fission bomb, and then that compresses the rest of the nuclear material and causes the fusion reaction. And you can see the much larger Richter scale reading here, okay? Now, let me just compare this to the North Korean nuclear test in January 2016, and you can see it looks exactly the same, okay? You see this right here? This is 2016 January. You can see the same exact thing, these two readings here, okay, these two spikes, and then after that, nothing. And here was the Iranian nuclear test on Saturday. Okay, check that out. Okay, it looks almost identical. There's the North Korean one, and there's the Iranian one. You can see those.
Yeah, something is definitely going on. And something went down. Now, I don't remember when they was launching against the Israelis. They allegedly had tested something because I did something on it. Now, people saying they believe it was a small nuke that they might have tested because everyone was talking about it. I actually remember since he's bringing it up now. Let's keep going.
Two spikes right next to each other, and then here's a natural earthquake. You can see the difference here. Okay, a natural earthquake doesn't have those sudden spikes. Okay, it's a more gradual increase and then a decrease. Okay, it's like a crescendo, just gradual increase, and the spikes get larger and larger, and then they gradually decrease. Okay, and then here you have an unnatural seismic event where you can see these sudden spikes. And this was Iran. E-52s that were moved to the Middle East. You can see two of them here, Barf 21 and Barf 22. We were actually...
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this down in the comment section. But see, this ain't even worse. So let me show you allegedly what happened. Now listen to this from Off Grid. Now, as I always say, information is great, but this breakdown of the scriptures, just listen to GMS. Just do that. But his information is good. Now check this out.
Tehran rejected the talks, prompting Trump to say it will be bombing like the which we have never ever seen. Senior Iranian military officials are reportedly advocating for a preemptive strike on the U.S. military base in Dago Garcia, citing concerns that it soon will be used to launch pad for operations against Iran. Russia and China are allies of Iran, and an attack on Iran is an attack on those two countries. Prepare for World War III. Iran reveals a new plasma weapon. Iran today released information about what it claims.
You hear that? A plasma weapon. Okay? No one's ready for this. Listen to this craziness about this weapon. Now remember, they allegedly tested nukes too. But listen to this. This some Star Trek Andromeda strain type technology right here. Listen to this.
Is its new plasma weapons. It's not laser-based, and it's said that right now only Iran has perfected this technology. So let me increase this. It is in a foreign language, but I'm going to show you the video. This is the video that Iran has just put out. A weapon like no other weapon. It uses plasma technology. It's sort of like a laser, but it's not. It uses extreme plasma burst, plasmoids, which are charged particles reaching millions of degrees and capable of melting or vaporizing any target with a suppressor. First, the gas is ionized inside a harsh chamber using very high electrical or laser energy. Second, the plasmoid is directed toward the target, extremely strong magnetic fields. Third, when sustained, the plasmoid melts the target immediately or even completely, annihilates it. While this weapon is more dangerous than a laser, lasers depend on slowly heating the target, but plasmoids, it burns and destroys in a single moment. Plasmoids can disable electronics, making air defenses completely helpless. Its speed reaches almost the speed of light, meaning that no missile, plane, or shield can escape it. The message is clear. Iran does not prove that anyone thinks of attacking it should realize that this force is not trivial. Iran today is leading a military revolution with the technology that makes enemies unable to even think of confrontation. Iran is an invincible force. So this was the video that was put out by...
So yeah, they're saying, hey, and there may be some truth to this, okay? Because another person I ran just came out and said they created a car that ran on, I think they said water. Yeah, hey, the Most High is giving these people the technology for World War III. Okay? A plasmoid weapon. So they're saying they may launch a preemptive strike first. And you know what they're going to try to do? They're going to try to sink them aircraft carriers. In Russia and China, they decided to deal with them. So, hey, give a round of applause to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. All right? Isaiah 14, verse 10. And they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vows, the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nations? You see, now these nations starting to say that we're strong. Okay? Verse 18, verse 11, the NLT. The rich think of their wealth as a strong defense. They imagine it to be a high wall of safety. And see, we know this man is pompous. He think that because he got all these billionaires around him that that's going to stop him from getting judged. But no, the Most High, he's gathering these nations together for this great war. Proverbs 18, verse 12. Haughtiness goes with the destruction. Humility precedes honor. And these people, they don't have no humility. They're prideful. And it look like Iran is ready for smoke. Okay? So yeah, allegedly they created some type of crazy weapon. All right, with all type of power and plasmoid ability. Okay, and you know they're going to give this technology to Russia and China. So see, this thing is heating up, man. We'll get one more scripture and leave it there. This Job 18 verse 10, the snare is laid for him in the ground, and the trap for him is in the way. Terror shall make him afraid on every side, and shall drive him to his feet. And you know what? Spiritually, this feel like a trap to me. They just can't see it. We can see it because we understand what's going on, but they can't see it. Okay? Because the Most High not dealing with them. Job 18 verse 12, his strength shall be hunger bitten, and destruction shall be ready at his side. It shall devour the strength of his skin, even the firstborn of death shall devour his strength. His confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, and it shall bring him to the king of terrors. We're going to play that clip one more time, Jake. I'll see you again real soon. Shalom.
Said that U.S. strikes on Iran's nuclear infrastructure would destabilize the entire region and urge Washington to de-escalate. Trump's message was clear. No deal means unprecedented bombing and renewed sanctions. Tehran rejected the talks, prompting Trump to say it will be bombing like the which we have never ever seen. Senior Iranian military officials are reportedly advocating for a preemptive strike on the U.S. military base in Diego Garcia, citing concerns that it soon will be used to launch pad for operations against Iran. Russia and China are allies of Iran, and an attack on Iran is an attack on those two countries. Prepare for World War III. Iran reveals a new plasma weapon. Iran today released information about what it claims is its new plasma weapons. It's not laser-based, and it said that right now only Iran has perfected this technology. So let me increase this. It is in a foreign language, but I'm going to show you the video. This is the video that Iran has just put out. A weapon like no other weapon. It uses plasma technology. It's sort of like a laser, but it's not. It uses extreme plasma burst, plasmoids, which are charged particles reaching millions of degrees and capable of melting or vaporizing any target With a suppressor, first the gas is ionized inside a harsh chamber using very high electrical or laser energy. Second, the plasmoid is directed toward the target, extremely strong magnetic fields. Third, when sustained, the plasmoid melts the target immediately or even completely, annihilates it. While this weapon is more dangerous than a laser, lasers depend on slowly heating the target, but plasmoids, it burns and destroys in a single moment. Plasmoids can disable electronics, making air defenses completely helpless. Its speed reaches almost the speed of light, meaning that no missile, plane, or shield can escape it. The message is clear. Iran does not prove that anyone thinks of attacking it should realize that this force is not trivial. Iran today is leading a military revolution.
You see that? They're leading a military revolution. Whereas though, hey, they getting ready for this smoke against Mystery Babylon. So stay prayed up, Jake. I'll see you again real soon. Call Halal, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah, Shalom.